Friends, welcome to the next topic, that is design of activated sludge process. In the previous discussion, we discussed and studied the theory of activated sludge process, its operation, flow chart, and the mass balance equation. Now let us discuss the how to design the activated sludge process. These are the content of our discussion. Activated sludge process, in which variables of the ASP design like loading rate or hydraulic retention time or the aeration period, volumetric loading rate or the organic loading rate, organic loading based on the food to microorganism ratio, and the sludge age or the solid retention time. Whereas certain terms like sludge volume index, oxygen required, and some design parameters of the conventional ASP are the part of discussion. So, as far as the different parameters are concerned, very first is the loading rate or the hydraulic retention time. So, let us discuss what is the loading rate. Loading rate at which the wastewater is applied to the aeration tank is called as a loading rate. It is also called as a hydraulic retention time, which is expressed as follows. Loading rate or the HRT is equal to V into 24 divided by Q, where V is equal to the volume of aeration tank, in place of variation it should be the aeration tank in meter cube. Q is the wastewater inflow, which is sludge recycled excluded. Here please keep in mind Q is the only Q, it doesn't contain the recycled sludge, and it is measured in the meter cube per day. Then volumetric loading rate or the organic loading rate. It is the BOD applied per unit volume of aeration tank and is expressed as under. Volumetric loading rate, which is in the kg BOD5 per meter cube, will be written as Q into L0, that is L0 is the initial effluent or the influent BOD5, divided by V. The organic loading rate based on the FM ratio will be given by this formula. But before that, let us discuss what is meant by the organic loading rate. It is important organic loading criteria in which BOD loading representing the FM is expressed with regard to the microbial mass M represented by MLSS in aeration tank. The organic loading rate is defined as the ratio of kg BOD5 applied per day. It represents the microbial food to kg MLSS in aeration tank representing the organism, expressed as under. Food to microorganism will be given as Q into L0 divided by in bracket V into 1000 into XT, where XT is the mixed liquor suspended solid. FM, the FM ratio is the main factor controlling the BOD removal. Instead of body, it should be BOD. Lower FM value, the higher will be the BOD removal in the plant. The FM can be varied by varying the MLSS concentration in the aeration tank. The lower FM ratio indicates the more amount of microorganism because as it is a ratio, so if FM ratio is higher, it indicates that food is more. And if the lower FM ratio is there, it indicates the microorganism are more, and eventually it results in the lower FM ratio or the ratio. So the more the FM ratio, more food will be available to the microorganism, while the lower, in case of lower FM ratio, the microorganism will be more, which is again undesirable because it will get carried to the effluent, which we do not want. Sludge age or the sludge retention time, which is denoted by SRT. Another parameter that could be used for checking the designed AS system is solid retention time. It is also called as a mean cell resident time, that is MCRT, or the sludge age, which is expressed as follow. It is denoted by theta C. So theta C is equal to total microbial mass in the reactor X or it should be also written as xt. Total quantity of solid withdrawn daily, including solid deliberately wasted and those in effluent, which is denoted by delta x by delta t. Thus, the mean cell residence time theta c or the sludge age may be defined as the average time for which the mass of suspended solid remains in the aeration tank. As the name suggests, solid retention time, so from that it is very clear that it is a time for which the mass remains in the aeration tank. That's why it is called as a solid retention time. Though the hydraulic retention time may be only few hours, the residence time of the biological solids is greater, and while the sewage liquid passes through the reaction time only once within the HRT. Let us Q is the wastewater flow rate or the volume of flow per day. X is the microbial mass concentration. We can use the XT also. XT denotes the MLSS, whereas X denotes the MLVSS, which is usually 80% of the XT. V is the volume of the reactor or the aerator. QW is the volume of wasted sludge per day. XR is the clarifier underflow suspended solid concentration, that is concentration of solids in the returned sewage or in the wasted sludge, both being equal. XC is the concentration of solid in the effluent. As we discussed in the flow chart of the in the previous video, XC is the effluent of the concentration of the solids in the effluent. But because of that, we can calculate the M, that is mass of solid or microbial mass in the reactor, by the using formula MLSS into V, where MLSS is nothing but the XT, so XT into V. Mass of solid removed with the wasted sludge per day can be calculated by using formula QW into XR. While the mass of solid removed with the effluent per day will be Q minus QW into XE. Therefore, the total mass of the solid removed per day is equal to QW into XR plus Q minus QW into XE. So, if we put all these into the previous solid retention formula, the formula will become theta C is equal to X V into XT divided by XW into XR plus Q minus QW into XC. Further, if the solid are wasted from the reactor as shown by the dashed line rather than from the clarifier, what does it mean? That if suppose we are the wasted sludge is directly carried out from the aeration tank and not from the secondary clarifier, then in that case the formula will change slightly. And in that case, the formula will be theta C is equal to V into X, it should be XT, divided by QW into X into Q minus QW into XC. If the clarifier is functioned efficiently, the bulk of the solid will be removed in the wasted sludge from the clarifier underflow rather than clarifier effluent. Hence, theta C can be controlled by the varying the volume of waste sludge theta W, and hence theta C is not completely dependent on the reactor volume. Assuming XE to be a very small, theta C is equal to V into XT divided by QW into XR. Therefore, QW into XR, that is which denote the wasted sludge, will be calculated by the formula XV into XT divided by theta C. Then let us discuss the term sludge volume index and its significance in the ASP. The term sludge volume index or the sludge index is used to indicate the physical state of the sludge produced in the biological aeration tank. It represents the degree of concentration of sludge in the system and hence decides the rate of recycle of the sludge, that is QR. required to maintain the desired MLSS and food to microorganism ratio in the aeration tank to achieve the desired degree of purification. So, the SVM or the SVI is very important parameter as far as the purification is concerned, because ultimately it indicates the MLSS and the food to microorganism ratio. Technical definition of SVI is like as the volume occupied in ml by 1 gram of solids in the mixed liquor after settling for 30 minutes and is determined by experimentally in the laboratory. Usually, the usual adopted range of SVI is between 50 to 150 ml per gram, and such value indicates good settling velocity. So, if the SVI value is between the 50 to 150 ml per gram, it indicates that sludge is having very good settling velocity and such good settling property or characteristic, and it can be recycled. If it is greater than, then it denotes that the sludge volume is not settling appropriately or doesn't have the settling property. So, such type of sludge is should not be recycled, or necessary action or the measure should be taken to carry out the settling. Sludge recycled and rate of return sludge. The MLSS concentration in aeration tank is controlled by the sludge recirculation rate and sludge satiability and thickening in the secondary tank. The relation between the sludge recirculation ratio QR divided by Q with XT, that is MLSS in tank, and XR, that is MLSS in return or wastage sludge, is given by the formula QR divided by Q is equal to XT divided by XR minus XT, where QR is the sludge return rate meter cube per day, XT is MLSS in aeration tank in mg per liter, XR is the MLSS in return sludge in mg per liter. The satiability of sludge is determined by the sludge volume index. If it is assumed that the sedimentation of suspended solid in the laboratory is similar to that of sedimentation, then XR is equal to 10 raised to 6 divided by SVR. Then above equation becomes QR divided by Q is equal to XT divided by 10 raised to 6 divided by SVI minus XT. Whereas the size and volume of the aeration tank can be determined by using the following formula. That is V into XT is equal to YQ in bracket S0 minus S in bracket close theta C divided by 1 plus KD theta C, where KD is in the range 0.04 to 0.075 per day, whereas Y indicates the maximum yield coefficient. Then oxygen requirement for the aeration tank. BOD removal in the biological reactor is accomplished not entirely by the oxidation part of the BOD is removed from the system without being oxidized in the form of wastage of excess from the system. Rate of oxygen usage will be calculated like rate of BOD removal minus F, which is rate of excess sludge wasted, where F is the function that denotes the amount of oxygen saved per unit weight of sludge removal from the system, and it is constant value of 1.42 kg of oxygen per kg of cell. O2 requirement per day is equal to ultimate BOD removed per day minus 1.42 excess sludge wasted divided by per day. Therefore, the weight of oxygen required will be 1.47 Q in bracket S0 minus S minus 1.42 in bracket Vx by theta C, which can be also written like Q into S0 minus S bracket close divided by F minus 1.42 Vx by theta C, where S indicates the influent BOD and the S denotes the effluent BOD. These are the certain design parameters that should be considered while designing the conventional ASP. The ASP may be of two types, conventional mix or the completely mixed ASP. So according to the type, the various parameter like organic loading rate, MLSS, MLVSS and other parameter changes. So please refer the design parameters while designing the ASP. In this particular discussion, we studied the variables of the ASP design, sludge volume index and its significance, oxygen requirement and the design parameter for conventional ASP. Thank you for watching.